How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Diamond Owl Studios, or if it's your first time here, welcome to Diamond Owl Studios. I'm Paper Chase.
And I'm the one and only Diamond Don Wannabe, and today we've got just a wonderful reaction that I've been trying to do for weeks.
I know you keep pulling it up and we don't do it. I'm like, why aren't we
I don't know why. I don't know why it's happened, but we pull up a bunch of videos to react to, and then sometimes it just ends up at the end of the list, and it's like we're like, oh man, we put in a hard day of work in the coal mines. And we're just tired and covered with dust. We can't do another reaction.
Or I'm like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, I got to go pick up my kid from school. She gets all freaked out if I'm late and starts crying because she's like, Daddy, where are you? And I'm
she
like,
does, though. It's kind of sad. But I'm not late.
And I'm like, nah, dude. We have one more reaction.
Yeah, he does.
Bruce Hornsby, the way it is. You can't walk out on me again.
He does do that. It's a lot. And okay, this reaction is going to be very special for me because you did play the first 3 seconds of the video.
Yeah.
And obviously, I grew up a big hip hop head, and I used to love Tupac, had his posters all over my room. I got Me Against the World tattooed on me when I was 14. And, what?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Did you cover it up, or
No,
that's it?
I
right
worked
there?
around it. So Me
Okay.
Against the World. Yeah, I worked around it.
When you were 14.
When I was 14 in my sister's backyard. Yep.
Was it with one of the Walkman ones, or a legit?
I think he bought a legit one, but I'm not joking. The dude who did it got out of prison about a week before that. Not even joking.
That's just so great.
Yeah. But anyways, so I do know Changes by Tupac, and I loved that song growing up, and I've never heard where the original sample came from.
There you go. There you go. This is the modern culture and era. I played this and he's like, oh, we're going to react to the Tupac song. I'm like,
yeah, I didn't know this was, pardon my ignorance, but.
All right. Honestly, I'll be completely 100 with you. When I first, heard this, I had the same reaction. It was a long time ago, but I was like, what's this guy doing playing the Tupac song? It's like, oh, he originated it. My bad. Sorry there. Bruce Hornsby.
Yeah, most hip hop music was originated from samples and stuff like that. So,
So let's listen to the inspiration for that. I mean, that was a great song. Like the whole messaging of the Tupac song was great, but this song, it's clear to me how he was inspired by the original. So I'd be curious to see what your take is.
Okay.
Man in a silk suit hurries by as he catches the poor old lady's eyes. Just for fun, he says, get a job. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Ah, but don't you believe them? You can't go where the others go. You don't look like they do. Said, hey old man, how can you stand to think that way? Did you really think about it before you made the rules? It said so. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Oh, but don't you believe
You gonna go first?
No.
Okay, I love the message behind the song, man. I mean, and first off, I'll address first and foremost, like they're playing the hell out of those instruments, dude. Like to come up with that piano riff, that's so iconic. But yeah, the message behind the song is beautiful. I love that first verse that he said, you know, I was waiting in the welfare line because you can't buy a job, and then you know a guy comes by and you know yells, "Get a job!" just for fun. It was like that was a beautifully constructed, you know, verse. Just kind of, it's the truth. You know what I mean? People don't know what people are going through. Sometimes it's very hard to get a job, especially when you have no stability in your life and you don't have anywhere to live. You don't have access to, you know, clean showers and, you know, anything to make yourself presentable. It can be very hard, and you can't just buy a job, you know. And thought that was a beautiful line, and the way they wrap it up into the chorus, you know, just saying like that's just, you know, this is how it is, you know, like this is how it is right now, but don't believe it forever, you know. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and you know that's where it's like there's obviously like the piano that was taken as a sample to use in the song, but then thematically, like the messaging of the song, it's like Tupac got his inspiration not just from the piano and didn't just use that portion.
Yeah.
He actually took his inspiration from the messaging behind the song. So it was like, let me take this same message and use my own poetry to put it in a way that's relevant to my situation and my life experience. So it was like, you know, a direct through line of like inspired by the theme and the messaging of the song. And something that's just like hitting me right now as I'm listening to it, probably for the first time ever listening to this song, it is a struggle that I'm personally dealing with, which to me, what this song is really about is about cynicism. And like cynicism is that belief that the world is just the way that it is, that it's not going to change, that things aren't going to get any better. And I literally like, it's something that I like have been working on. I'm like writing it down in my little diary and just saying, don't allow yourself to be cynical. Like, don't stop believing that you can make a difference. Don't stop believing that things can change. Because it's an internal struggle where I've found myself as I get older, you know, I never understood how you could have those like crusty old men, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's
you're
kids.
Slowly becoming one.
Yes.
and trying not to, but that's the most important part. You're taking active steps.
I never understood how somebody could become that person. And I feel it's like a dog that gets kicked so many times that eventually when it sees a person come by, it like starts snapping just because it's had so many reactions like that in its life. And it's like, because again, like I've seen that with my dog, my sweet little thing, and she's been hit by a truck. She got hit by kicked by a stranger, and I saw her change, you know what I mean, from this sweet innocent thing that loved everybody to now she's like
skittish
because she's had these traumatic things happen. And that's just like a version of like, you know, that cynicism of that programming of that trauma like coming in. And I started for the first time in my life to realize like I see how somebody becomes that crusty old man, and it's because they give up, because they let the struggles in life define them instead of like moving past it. And I know this is kind of a long rant, but it's just, to me, very relevant in this song. I feel like that's what this song is about, and that's what he's speaking about in a very beautiful, you know, elegant way. It's like, don't let the cynicism of the world like overtake you to where you believe that things can't change and you can't make the world better.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, what a great song. I mean, I can see how that directly, and I mean, obviously, they used to sample the chorus and everything, but directly inspired Tupac's change.
Yeah.
Like, and like you said, he took basically what they were talking about exactly and structured it into his own life, his own environment,
Mhm.
and honestly, to speak to his own people who were going through the same struggles, but in a way that they can absorb it and enjoy it.
Mhm.
The song seemed really like progressive, like for when was this written? The 70s,
No, I'm
80s,
gonna say that's like mid 80s.
mid 80s. Okay,
Yeah,
so not
that's-
yeah, so okay, that makes some sense. But
I was just curious, how difficult is Bruce Hornsby's the way it is to play, or how difficult is it considered?
he always be asking the most random questions to ChatGPT.
Moderately. It just seems. I mean, it's just like
Thanks for that
I
contribution.
just have no. I just have no idea. Like to me, it's just like it's such a beautiful song. The piano is up front, and it's like if I think about songs that are piano based,
Mhm.
like how many songs come to mind where it's like the piano is the star?
It's just
and
yeah,
to
the
me, it's
absolute
like his.
star. Well, anything by like Billy Joel,
Yeah.
or Elton John, or
Yeah, it's just like one of those things where it's like to me the piano like puts it together. That's what I remember the song for. The chorus is amazing too. Like let's just give credit to the whole song, the backbeat and everything. But it's one of those songs when I think of like top piano songs, like that's what's coming to mind.
that one's it's so great, dude. And I mean, yeah, it's the melody is just so catchy.
Yeah.
Doo-doo-doo,
Do-do-do,
doo-doo-doo.
do-do-do.
It's great, man. I absolutely love
It's
it.
another one of those songs where like we've talked about this before that like it doesn't matter how many times I've heard this song, like I love it. That's why I like at certain points I was kind of laughing and smiling. I'm just like enjoying the song and I'm like, damn, this is just like such a wonderful song. Doesn't matter how many times I've heard it, I love it every time.
That's
So,
right. That's right.
to be completely honest with you, this is the only song I know of Bruce Hornsby. Is there something else we should react to? Put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Let us know. What
Let
should
us
we do
know.
next? What are we missing out on from our man, Bruce?
And maybe give us a little bit of lore behind, Tupac sampling it. What inspired him to take from that song. If it's just always interesting to hear, what artists do to get, the rights to clear some of this stuff. It's always interesting to me. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. And if you want to join us on our journey of discovering new music, old music, and everything in between, make sure you hit that subscribe button and follow along.
That's right. We love y'all.
Thank you.
Peace.